So it's time to talk about faith, a word that seems to have so much meaning but yet so rarely understood. And how to have it. We know we want it, but how do we actually have the faith? Well, there are three simple steps. First, we must receive our faith, followed up by then giving what we've received, and ultimately leading to the manifestation, doing something in the material world around us that expresses the faith we've already received. So let's begin with receiving, because here is the problem. The traditional teaching of faith is that we must have faith in God. Now the problem with this is, where do we get this faith? Is it locked away somewhere? Is it inside of ourselves? Do we have this potential for faith innately imbued in our nature and we just have to discover how to utilize it? Perhaps. But our ultimate intent here is if we have faith in God, He will then propagate our mind with thoughts, our heart with emotions, and our body with actions. But really the intent is that we would actually get God to do things for us in the world, bring us money, bring us clothing, bring us health, all good things, right? But look at what this is all built on. It is all built on us activating God through this faith thing that, again, we don't really know how to get. So there's another option. Instead of having faith in God, we have faith from within God. So we abide in Him, we remain in Him, but why do we do this? Well, to receive our faith. We must receive it before we can give it. So we have faith from within God, and that is what allows us to give. So we receive our faith from God by remaining in Him, abiding in Him, being in love with Him. And that prepares us to then give our faith. Now, do we give the faith that He gives us? Well, no. God's faith is God's, not ours. We have to create our own form, our own unique expression of the faith He's already given us. And our free will requires us to do this. We have to give something unique. We cannot replicate what God can do, but we are inspired by what He does, what He gives us. And then we want to do something similar, but not exactly the same. Now, where do we give our faith? It's nice to think that we would give it out to the world, right? But the problem is we can't interact with this world without thoughts, emotions, and actions. So the place we really give our faith is our mind, heart, and body. And here's where we have a little catch. We want our mind, heart, and body to perfectly replicate the faith that we have, right? But can they do that? No. Not exactly. The thought in the mind is not exactly the faith that's in the soul. The mind can't have faith. It can have confidence. It can have certainty, but it cannot have faith. So the faith stays in the soul, and then the mind mentally expresses that faith. So we have to give our mind, heart, and body the same freedom that we ourselves are given by God. He gives us our faith, and does He want us to perfectly replicate it? No, He wants us to uniquely express it. So, if we're going to do likewise, we give our faith to our mind, heart, and body, but we let them uniquely express what we have. This faith thing that we've received, that we've tweaked a little bit, let them do it their own way. Which, ironically, is exactly what we're doing. So as we receive our faith from God, give it to our mind, heart, and body with the freedom for them to alter it in the ways they see fit, then we're ready to manifest our faith, to bring something out into the world to express the faith we already have. So this is an expressive act. We're not creating our faith out in the material world. We're simply expressing a unique form of what we've already received from God. And you see the intricate partnership here between soul, mind, heart, body, and creation, all giving their own flavor of what the soul originally received from God. And to continue glorious expressions of this faith, the soul must remain within God to continually receive faith, allowing more to be given to the mind, heart, and body, and then propagating ever-increasing manifestations in the world around us. So receiving faith from within God allows us to give likewise to the world. Now, behind this discussion about faith, we can see that there's a principle at work here that we have to consider. Do we receive from the world around us, from the outside in? And sometimes it seems that we take food, right, from the outside of us and we put it in. But what if it's actually the other way around? What if we receive from the inside, spiritually with God, and then we give out? And the only reason we take food into the body is to prepare the body to give what we already have received from God. So is life about outside in or inside out? And that's one of those things that we'll each have to figure out on our own.